Right, Ben Churchyard here with Beastie Boxing. Macklin, how you doing today, mate?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to it.
Good stuff. What a coup this is for British boxing to bring over a pound for pound #1 in Lomachecnko. Seeing as a lot of fighters are going over to the States at the moment, do you think this says a lot about where we are still in sort of in the in the world in terms of boxing?
Yeah, I think so. I think look, the Sky pay-per-view platform is a massive platform, but it has to be a certain level of a fight for it to be pay-per-view and to sell. So I think if it's the right fight, that can still happen here. Obviously the Zone are paying big money, so a lot of the fights are going over there now. But I think if it's the right fight, then the UK and Sky Sports pay-per-view can still deliver them here to the UK fans.
And what chance do you give Luke realistically in there?
Do you know what? I think he's going to do really well. I don't know. I don't think he's going to win. I wouldn't pick him to win, but I think he's going to surprise a lot of people with his performance. I think he's going to perform a lot better. I think he's going to be a lot more competitive than what the general say he's giving him. I think most people just think, Lomachecnko, pound for pound #1. It's just going to be far too much for him, and that may end up being the case. But I think certainly for the first 6 rounds it'll be competitive, and how much Lomachecnko takes over then, whether he stops him or whether he just kind of closes out strong and wins it wide on points in the end. But I think the first 6 will be pretty good. I think his size, I think he's good. He's got good feet as well.
Southpaw.
He's a southpaw himself. I think I really do believe for the first 6 rounds he'll be competitive. How long he can keep that going for, who knows?
Who do you think was a tougher test for Lomachenko, Linares or Luke Campbell at this stage?
I think Luke Campbell. I think Linares had great speed and was flashy and all that, but I think he's not as solid as Luke Campbell. I think the southpaw thing gives Luke an upper hand on Linares in that sense, where Lomachenko's so tricky, and I think Luke's got to be careful not to get caught in that over feinting each other, because it's there's some, if a fight's like action-packed, bell to bell, war of attrition, obviously people can see why that's fatiguing you, why, because it's a hellacious pace and there's big shots going in. But sometimes a fight where it doesn't look like there's a lot happening, people are making you use your brain a lot, like the Usyk value. It drains the battery.
You could see that in Bellew as well, couldn't you? Yeah.
There wasn't like a million punches landed, but it was the concentration factor. The brain power was working so hard that it drained the battery.
What's Luke got to do you think? What's he got to do? I mean, there's so many problems that Loma poses to fighters. I mean, where does he start really?
I think it's important that he starts well and goes out there and takes control. Don't let Lomachenko dictate everything, dictate the pace, dictate the terms. Get out there and make things happen. Don't wait for things to happen, because if you start waiting for it to happen, it'll happen to you. Yeah. Get out there and make it happen. And I think listening to him talk and that, I feel like that they're on that page, so they're going to go out and do that. So I think
Shane's a good man with a game plan as well. He's a
good
trainer.
Man with a game plan. They've spied a lot of rounds. There's no doubt in my mind he's absolutely prepared